broadcasting from Fentas, Kuwait. This is the Me and Larry reality video show, LTL, editorial news for November 10th, 2009. Let me get into the educational news. Now, let's go back to Major Nadal Malik Hassan. Okay, the problem was he was feeling a lot of stress dealing with the soldiers that coming from Iraq. What happened was there was a problem. Educational wise is when you have a problem, how will you address it? And let's say quietly, because maybe his religion or something, that he didn't feel comfortable with the people who he was around or working with. So he couldn't tell his problems. And then going to the mosque and maybe and talking to Allah, there was another situation. So the key thing is, what can you do when you have problems? It should have been addressed. Dr. Thomas Granger should have recommended the counseling that he needs it to relax, which they did. And I want to take that back. They did, but it was not, I guess, up to par, because if they knew that he had a problem with this situation, don't take him out of the equation. Deal with it. Talk to him. Say, hey, do you need to not be here? And he have a choice. And if he can be discharged, fine. Discharge him. Have him to move on with life. He could be comfortable and still have a freedom of religion and freedom of speech and relax. The key thing was, in order to solve the problem, because of his poor evaluations and everything, they just said, we got a problem. What should we do? I know. Move, take him out of the equation. Here it is. Let's look at an equation, for instance. Equation is like this. X, in parentheses, x minus 1 equal x squared minus x. All right. That should be simple. X, in parentheses, x plus 1 squared equals x plus 2x plus 1. And then here's the Albert Einstein famous formula for uranium. Oh, maybe many people know about that. E equal mc squared. So every one of them had an answer. Now, if you take that out of the equation, I understand what they're saying, that and even my wife said it best too, that without a problem, solution is useless. But LTL saying, take this to the bank. No matter what the problem is, never take it out of the equation. Because if you take it out of the equation, you will never have an answer. That's the bottom line. So just like the one in San Francisco, when those kids were fooling around with that tiger, and that tiger, remember, he was a tiger that one day and just mauled the hell out of that boy. And so what they did, they take him out of the equation because he acted like a tiger. What you do, you build up a fence, higher fence. No, they want to clown, they want to act a fool in San Francisco. Well, along other things. But anyway, the key thing is, never remove an equation. When you remove it, answer is just as useless as there's no problem. And you just might as well say you don't have a problem. Move you. In this case, move him from Walter Reed Hospital to Fort Hood. And then Fort Hood had the same problem. Move him to Iraq, Afghanistan. And deal with a ticking, and I hate to say this, time bomb. That guy was ticking. You deal with it right there and then. You don't deal with it, you're just as guilty as the man who's about to get legal injection. That's Major Nadal, Malik, Hassan. It's sad to say, but it's going to go down that way. And on the other hand, you know what's going to be? And let me add this conspiracy theory onto the educational news. That when he died by legal injection, you making him a martyr. So that means he'll love what he's doing, going to see Allah. See? Lesson learned. Take it from LTL. As LTL concludes this day at Fimtaz, Kuwait. And LTL educational news for LTL Editorial News, November 10th, 2009. Sounding off.